Your mother would always say, God will help. How did this help you cope with what you went through? Did you believe at the time that God would help, and do you believe God helped now?
I believe every word my mother said. I believe when my mother said, God will help. At that time, in those years, kids believe what parents tell them, and especially when parents are religious. And that's what they believe in. And when my mother said, God will help, you will see, God will help, have hope, I believe that. But I always asked, where is God? Look what happened to the children, innocent children, during the massacres. What did they do wrong? I am a witness to a massacre of children and women, and there was no explanation for it. I asked my mother, what happened? Where is God? The thought was in my mind that I had doubt about the religion. But when we were over here in the United States, my father was very religious. And he says, because I did not attend any synagogues, I lost my faith. So once in a while he says, when will you say a few words? When you will pray a few words? After he passed away, I started thinking, maybe my father was right. Maybe I should go back, return to my religion. But I didn't do it until my daughter was 8 years old. And she came home from school where she found a friend, a little girl, an Israeli. And the Israeli girl, I don't know what she said to my daughter, but my daughter told me, Daddy, I want to know that I'm Jewish. I want to go to a Hebrew school. So, it was like someone took a knife and stuck right to my chest. And the little girl, I took her by the hand and I went to a synagogue here in Riverdale, the conservative synagogue, and I went straight to the office of the rabbi. He was very intelligent.
In talking about your experiences after the Holocaust, do you maintain faith in humanity?
I think that they are bad and good people in the world. Those two groups will never see eye to eye. They are tyrants, and they are people that want to do good. And that's what I think. This is my thought.
And do you think your experiences in the Holocaust have affected other areas of your life?
Well, the experience of the Holocaust is still with me. And sometimes, even in my dreams, I still experience the fear. And whenever I have conversations with my friends, or acquaintances, it always comes out about the Holocaust. It's in me. I live it. I don't know if I can change.
Is it easier for you to express your feelings through speaking or through your artwork?
Through speaking. Artwork comes as a expression, a visual expression of the thoughts that are in my mind.
When did you begin painting, and what made you want to do so?
It was in 1960s. In 1960s, I started speaking in schools, and I didn't know if my words have any if my words go to, if the students that I'm talking to, or even grown-ups, if they understand what I'm saying. So I had to express myself in painting.
Your father said he never wanted you to talk about your experiences during the Holocaust. When and why did you first decide to share your experiences with people?
My father was afraid that I'm going to get sick, because when I started telling the stories what happened during the war, the people, grown-ups over here, not the students, but grown-ups, were saying, oh, we also suffered over here in the United States. We had to stand on line for bread and meat, and the women didn't have nylon stockings. It was very hard to get nylon stockings over here. So I said to myself, what kind of suffering is this? People in Europe that were killed, they hoped to have nylon stockings. Even without nylon stockings, they are 6 feet under. So what kind of comparison is this? So when I was expressing it to my father, the anger that I had about these expressions, he says, I don't want you to talk about it anymore. I don't want you to get sick. So I stopped talking. And when my father passed away, there was an article, I read an article in the paper, the professor at Midwestern University denies the Holocaust was ever happened. And this angered me, because I'm an eyewitness to massacres, what happened in Europe. How can he talk like this? He was a Nazi sympathizer, so, but he was a big professor there. He made a statement, and this was in the newspapers all over the world. And I said, right now, because of this, I have to speak. I have to tell people what really happened.